Now it is time to see how I build that.
First of all, in the first 50 days of this project, we built the rocks outside the implementation site, and you will see them in detail. I posted the tutorial on how to make these rocks in my previous videos, and I definitely recommend them. The initial design of the rocks is very important, and by creating regular and beautiful grooves, the rocks are connected to each other and then they should be painted. We use waterproof paints. For this project a dark grey color was chosen and then white and mustard layers were added. And here you can see the difference between the dark grey color and the final color of the rocks. The initial grey color was applied with a paint sprayer, and after about 4 hours, when this color dries, a soft white color can be added to it with cotton. We can see the grooves made inside these rocks in this part of the full clip. These grooves must be continuous and related to each other. Here is a place where we have to place these rocks. These rocks must be connected from top to bottom, and then we will reach the stage of implementing flowers and plants. It goes without saying that this project was 9 meters high, 4 meters long and more than 3 meters wide. The rocks are connected from top to bottom with the metal bases that are already attached to the wall, and because of their lightness, these rocks are very easy to connect to the metal bases on the back with wire. As you can see, when the rocks are placed next to each other, we fill the empty space between them with foam spray, and we add a series of large volumes to these rocks so that it finally gets its natural shape. These large volumes that you see are connected to the back wall with both wire and glue. After the rocks are leveled and the grooves between them are colored, we go to the stabilized mosses. Due to their high durability, without the need for water and humidity, these mosses were used for the upper parts of the project. We gradually complete the rocks from all sides. As you can see, first, the front part of the project was executed, then the right side, then the left side, and we connect all these rocks together. Since natural plants and various mosses were used in the 4.5 meters below this project, it was necessary to implement and complete the sprinkler and irrigation system before implementing the plants. You can see the initial test of this system. I emphasize again that 4.5 meters above this project does not need irrigation due to the presence of artificial plants and established mosses. And here you can see some models of artificial ferns that are placed on the walls. We increased the number of irrigation nozzles to improve the initial spraying test. As we get closer to the lower parts of the rocks become more massive, and we had already installed flower pots for planting flowers and plants inside these rocks. Pay attention to the lower parts of the rocks to see the flower pots in full. We put 6 very powerful lamps on the ceiling and the lower parts. Due to the presence of natural plants, 10 artificial plant growth lamps were implemented. Since the elevator had to be removed from the complex until we reached the floor implementation part of the project, the final test of the walls and rocks was done, and as you can see, from the bottom to the top, our initial design was like this without the implementation of the lower parts. Before the implementation of flowers and plants, we insulated the floor of the project with 2-component insulation. After drying the insulation, we entered this pond into the project, and it was necessary to cut it in half in order to turn it into a very attractive pond in the future. The lower part of the rocks and the waterfall part of this project had to be implemented on site, and as you can see, we brought the foams, and here we started to design and finally paint.
به همین توریه به این چیزی ببندیم.
علی آقا میخوای اول اووری ها رو ببستیم که این سخت نشه.
1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 21 22 23 24 25 26 27 28 29 30 31 32 33 34 35 36 37 38 39 40 41 42 43 44 45 46 47 48 49 50 51 52 53 54 55 56 57 58 59 60 61 62 63 64 65 66 67 68 69 70 71 72 73 74 75 76 77 78 79 80 81 82 83 84 85 86 87 88 89 90 91 92 93 94 95 96 97 98 99 100 101 102 103 104 105 106 107 108 109 110 111 112 113 114 115 116 117 118 119 120 121 122 123 124 125 126 127 128 129 130 131 132 133 134 135 136 137 138 139 140 141 142 143 144 145 146 147 148 149 150 151 152 153 154 155 156 157 الان شیب داره و از اون گوشش آب میزه پایین.
مثلا نمیدونم تصمیم بگیرن در یا یه کسی خیلی من میتونی بیای بیام سراغ گرفته شد؟ بردمش تو
اینجا به گلدن.
We completely insulate the water outlet and the waterfall so that there will be no leakage in the future and the water that comes out will completely flow into the pond.
کجا رو؟ دقیقا یه دوباره من اونجا هر کلیسی شد هر کلیسی بود دقیقا دقیقا اینو این بازنی جلو و جلو کسی میگه که آشنا دارم خواهی بهت معرفیش کنم
The next part of our clip includes the stage of testing the waterfall and planting flowers, plants and mosses. Be sure to watch the next part to enjoy the beautiful charm of this big forest.